Alright, let's go. Hello everybody and welcome back to Simon's Order Academy. I don't know if you can hear me, but today I'm going to be playing Scott again.
I'm back.
He's not playing Daughters of Cain this time. He will be playing Ossiarch Bonereapers.
Yes.
What house are you in?
I'm Mortis Praetorians. I still vouch for Mortis Praetorians over Petrifex Elite.
Yep. So we've got Catacross, we've got Archon. We'll come back to the list later. What does your list do in your mind?
It's AOS on hard mode now, so it just doesn't die.
It walks forward.
Yeah. The idea is it replenishes a lot, and so can just hold objectives, which is, you know, the aim of this game now.
Yep. That is. I found the same thing because I was playing that Phoenician list against Gammy the other week, and or last weekend, and the 30 Phoenix Guard as well. They just don't die. So you just put them on an objective and you sit them there, and they just don't die in this edition, and that's actually really strong.
Yeah, all the strong things currently out there just have ways of replenishing or not dying. So I think that's the way the meta is at the moment.
Yep.
But it's bound to change.
Yep. And you've got one catapult for character sniping.
Yeah, I'm trying to make the catapults work. Every game I've used them, they're terrible now because of, you know, that thing Games Workshop. Did you read the articles? You know, all out defense is pretty good, right?
And all out attack,
Yeah, so all out defense kind of neuters the catapult a bit.
But the catapult's also a monster, isn't it?
No, it's not.
Oh, I thought it was.
No.
Oh, okay.
It's not.
No, I can't stomp on things. That's a shame.
No, I mean, that'd be hilarious. But no.
I don't have any monsters in my list except for the spell to make them a monster.
Oh,
so
I have one.
Yeah, but I'm going to try and trash your bone statue. That's going to be my one aim this game is going to be to roll a 3+,
right at the back.
roll a 3+, and destroy that terrain feature.
That's fine.
Yeah, so I'm going to be playing Hallowheart today. So lots of magic. You've got Archon in your list. You're an Archon Catacross list, so there's not much more to the list after that.
No.
But I've got quite overwhelming magic supremacy in this matchup.
Yeah.
So we'll see how much it works.
Yeah.
But should be good. I've got a spell that does 4 up mortal wounds to a unit. So Elemental Cyclone just seems bad for you.
Spicy. What's the range on that?
Wholly within 18 of the caster, I think.
Alright.
Or within 18 inches of the caster.
Within 18,
yeah.
cool.
So if I get 20 of your guys within range, then 10 of them die. Well, actually, probably 9. 9 because of the death save.
Yeah.
So it's actually quite good against OBR, and it's one of the reasons why I'm running.
I've got a spell that can give them a 5 up at the same.
That's right.
Counter and counter.
That's right.
But yeah, I fully admit that I'm walking into this expecting to lose because, like, yes, OBR aren't as good. I still think they're good.
Yeah.
But
they're not as good.
Not as good.
They were, because everyone else has gotten relatively better. And you can only use one command point a phase, which is one command ability a phase.
Yes,
so
which is why I've gone Mortis Praetorians over Petrifex, because Petrifex command ability you have to use in the combat phase, and you're already using so many abilities in the combat phase, whereas the Mortis Praetorian one happens in the charge phase.
Yep, perfect. Alright, well, we'll come back with Scott's army first.
Cool.
Alright, so this is Scott's army that we're starting off with, so do you want to take us through what's in there?
Yeah, absolutely. So I've got Special K himself.
Yep.
We've got Archon.
Yep.
We've got Arch Cavalos Xantos.
Oh, so he's a special character as well.
Yeah.
So you don't have any artifacts.
No, screw it. I've gone through it.
Sure, why
not? 2 units of 20.
Yep.
With the swords.
Yep.
Unit of 5 horses.
Yep.
And the catapult. And that is it.
2,000 points on the nose.
On the nose.
Right, so no artifacts. What spell does Archon know?
All of them.
Oh, was that FAQ'd? Or has he always known?
He's always.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, then there's not much else to talk about in this list. Battalions?
No. Yes, it's the 1-drop. So
yeah, that's right.
It's a 2-drop army.
So it's a 2-drop army. Why's that? Why is it 2-drop?
Because.
You can't take 2. Yeah, 2 big characters. Okay, so you're a 2-drop.
Yeah.
You don't get any extra benefits or any extra artifacts. You obviously don't need them. Nope. And your triumph is irrelevant. And what grand strategy do you have?
You hold the line.
Hold the line. Keep your battle fight alive. No, we don't sing the song. Keep your battle line alive. Yeah. Okay, well that's pretty straightforward then, and it's in Mortis Praetorian, so everything has +1 armor save while Catacross is alive.
Yeah.
So I've got to kill him. Sounds good.
Yes.
we'll see how that goes.
You should be fine. He doesn't get cover anymore. He doesn't.
Does he still got reroll 1s to his armor save?
No.
Good.
Did he get it?
Oh, Nagash gave it to him, but you don't have Nagash, so
I'm not gonna Nagash.
good. Okay, excellent. Right, well, we'll come back with the Cities of Sigmar army.
Go.
Alright, so this is my army. It's 1960 points. We'll start with the heroes. So we have over here a Lord Arcanum on Griff Charger and a Hessian Battle Mage. So he has, what spell? He's the one that's got the Cyclone spell.
Right.
And he's also got Seer Wounds, and his War Scroll spell heals himself. We've got a Hish Battle Mage. He's got Warding Brand and Ignite Weapon. So I've got the enhancement to take an extra Law spell for everyone. So he's got Ignore Weapons and Warding Brand. The Rune Lord is the general. He's got the, what's the leadership one? Immune to Battle Shock. That's what I want to say.
Yeah, I don't know.
Veteran of the Blazing Crusade. So wholly immune to Battle Shock, wholly within 18 inches. He's also got the Arcane Tone to make him a wizard. So he actually knows 2 spells as well, which is insane. And then we've got a Celestial Battle Mage on Hurricanum. And he's got a couple of spells as well. I think he's got Seer Wounds and one other one. Battle line wise, we've got 10 handgunners. They are the retinue. For the Rune Lord General, we've got 10 Longbeards. We've got 30 Iron Drakes. And then other units, we have 10 Sequitors, because the Lord Arcanum on Griff Charger has a command ability to allow them to reroll hits and have a 5-up ward save in the same turn, which is good. And then we've got 10 Shadow Warriors, who are they just pop up and jump out. They're meant to be K-Knight Shadow Stalkers, but my models haven't arrived yet, so that's fine. And then we've got 3 Endless Spells, the Soul Snare Shackles, the Chronomantic Cogs, and the Soul Screen Bridge. And so I come to a grand total of 1960. So my grand strategy is Prize Sorcery.
Yeah.
Okay. So keep a wizard alive, understandably. Yeah. And my Triumph is a +1 to wound, inspired. And so yeah, 1960 points, so I'll get the Triumph. You'll win the drops, and we'll come back with scenario. Right, so we're playing the Vice in the realm of Gur, obviously, because everything's in the realm of Gur these days. So I've gone quite heavy on the left flank here. So these 2 guys are out of catapult range. Everything else is basically in. So the 10 handgunners on the left, the Longbeards right there, the Hurricanum in the arcane terrain there. Then we've got the 10 Sequitors over here, and the Lord Arcanum on Toralon, and the dudes in the sky. So yeah, importantly, that's the only one that really matters. That's Arcane Terrain, and then Scott's is Mystical's the only real relevant one over this side. But then left to right, we've got the Death Riders, we've got the 20 Mortex, Catacross, Catapult, and then Arcan and 20 Mortex, and then Xantos back there. So interesting what I've done in deployment, because Scott is a 1-drop and has to drop all at the one time now. Where the Iron Drakes are, basically, if he gives me first and I get the bridge off, which is usually pretty much automatic, I can teleport these guys to here with all their buffs, and I'm in range to kill Catacross first turn, and he doesn't have any of his command abilities up and can't use all that defense because he's OBR and they don't get to play with the fun new toys. So at -2 rend, he would be on a 5-up against 60 Iron Drake shots, so he'd probably die. So Scott, who's going first?
I'm going
I thought you might.
No, surprising no one.
Yep. Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, we'll come back at the end of the OBR hero and movement phase.
Cool.
Actually, we'll just go hero phase, because there's a lot of stuff that happens in the hero phase these days.
Yeah.
So we'll be back. Bonereapers hero phase turn 1 is done. Battle trait you chose was Ferocious Advance. So pick 3 different units. You've picked over here Xantos, Arcan, and the Mortex to run and finish that run within 3 inches of each other. Not all 3 of them are monsters, so you won't get that one. Then the terrain piece,
yep.
Bonetithe Nexus.
Bonetithe Nexus. Went
-1 to cast on the Hurricanum.
Yep.
Catacross then went -1 to hit on the Iron Drakes.
Yep.
And then Arcan cast 3 spells. Mystic Shield on Catacross, Mystic Shield on these Mortex.
No, Mystic Shield on himself, on Catacross, and Empower the Shield.
Oh, you went Empower Nadirite Shields on them. So sorry, Mystic Shield on Catacross and Arcan, and then Empower Nadirite Shields here. And what was your heroic action that you chose? You chose to do nothing.
Do nothing because I can't do anything.
Because OBR can't do it. So sad. Yeah. So that's.
However, I did get 14 RDP.
Yeah, this is RDP at the moment, so it's insane. So we're going to basically come back at the end of the movement phase and see. Well, those things are obviously running next to each other, but we'll see what all this shit does. Hey, look, nothing moved. Except for those guys. Those guys ran. Everything else stays right here, because if he comes off this objective, then my Shadow Warriors come over here. Or if he comes off that one, the Shadow Warriors drop over there and take it. So that's where we're at the moment. We're going to go into the shooting phase. There's one thing to shoot. What are you shooting with it?
I'm going to shoot this.
Cool. I'm going to go all out defense.
I thought you might.
Yeah.
I'm very tempted to just do the bravery shot though. If I roll
the bravery shot, yeah.
It dies.
If you roll it, so you got a 16% chance to just take it off the table.
Yeah. Oh, it's tempting.
What are you going to do, Scott?
Oh, it's tempting.
We'll come back and see what he chose. Yeah. Nothing died. So he actually chose to shoot the Iron Drakes with the, what's the catapult shot? The normal shot? Whatever it's called. The normal shot. Hit with 4, wounded with 3, and I rolled 3 pluses. I didn't need to spend a command point for all-out defense because they get +1 against range attacks. And that is the end of OBR turn 1. You will score your battle tactic. So you get 1, 2, 3, 4 points to start with.
Champion.
1, 2, 3, 4. And this is a very standoffish scenario. So we are going to go into my turn 1.
Turn 1.
So, end of my hero phase. So, I chose the Broken Ranks battle tactic and nominated these guys over here. As you may see, there's no Soul Screen Bridge on the table. Don't laugh, that's rude. So,
oh no!
I needed a 5 to cast it. I rolled a 1 and a 2, so I didn't cast it. So these guys couldn't teleport over there with all the buffs to kill the Mortek Guard. I will roll it out just to see what they would have done, because I also didn't get Ignite weapons off, which is important.
Yeah.
So I might not have killed them, but I had the Triumph to be able to use anyway. So that's where we're at. So I cast Cogs here, so everyone got extra spells. I cast Mystical Shield here, Fast Protection here. I failed the prayer to give them a 6-up after save and took a wound. And that's basically it.
Yeah.
There wasn't a whole lot that we did. I only got 1 on the Arcane Channeling as well, so that was a bit of a pain in the butt. And the Shackles got out there. So we're gonna do some moves. Nothing's really gonna move very far. But we're gonna try and push up the board a little bit further, so it just gives me a bit more stuff to do. And that's gonna be it. So we'll come back at the end of the movement phase, and then it'll probably be the end of my turn. So we're back at the end of the city's turn. Not a whole lot's happened. These guys auto ran 6 because I have a shitload of command points and nothing to spend it on. They auto ran 6. These guys moved up to where the objective's going to jump to. He jumped up behind them. And then all this stuff. These guys, the Iron Drake stayed wholly within 12 inches of the Rune Lord so that he can bong his rune, hopefully, and not roll a 1. And give them rend, and then hopefully this guy's actually able to cast a spell this turn. That'd be nice. But yeah, that's basically where we're at. That's my turn, because these guys aren't in range. These guys ran, these guys aren't in range, he's not in range, so that's going to be it. Cool. So, I get 2 points, because I failed my battle tactic.
It's massive.
It is massive. And we'll roll for priority in the centre for turn 2. 6 against 3. So.
Do you want it?
Do I take it? I'm going to have a think, and we will come back with whoever's turn is next. Right, so I did decide to go first. I didn't roll a 4-up for my heroic action. I didn't roll a 4-up for my adjutant. And then you did roll a 4+ and stole one of my things. Good, so I have 1 command point this turn. So I didn't actually do Arcane Channeling on the Hurricanum, but he hard rolled the 6, which he should be able to do, to get the Soul Screen Bridge off to go there. So I'm going to try and kill some more tech this turn. The other things went off. They've got all the buffs on them. They've got Mystical Shield, they've got Fast Protection, they've got Warding Brand, they've got Ignite weapons on them, so they should be able to go in and do some actual damage this turn, hopefully. Yeah, we'll see how that goes. And then these guys are being cowards and hanging back. He rolled a 1 to do Forge Fire again. So he took 2 wounds, but then he healed himself with Seer Wounds, so he's fine, but he's a pain in the ass at the moment. And then he didn't cast anything, because I don't have any other spells left. Oh, he can do flaming weapons on himself. How about that? Let's just do that one. Yeah, he gets flaming weapons. So yeah, that's where we're at. So we're going to do the movement phase. The Iron Drakes will be over here after my movement phase is done. And then we'll come back and look at what's dead at the end of the shooting phase. So we'll be back. At the end of the movement phase, a lot of shit's moved. So the buffed up boys have moved over there. The Hurricane have run to be behind them, rolled a 1, of course, as it always does. These guys rolled a 5 to run, which is clutch because it gets the Iron Drakes wholly within 12 inches of these guys. The Sequitors ran up behind them. This big birdo went for a massive 28-inch move and has put himself in harm's way because he's a legend. The Shadow Warriors have dropped down here because my players basically, they're in the Vanguard Battalion, so they get to reroll the charge. So the idea is that they're going to charge here and hold these guys up so that they can't charge into them. Is my thought process. Who knows if that's actually going to work out. They didn't move, they stood still so they can shoot. These guys ran up, they're still within 6 of the cogs, but it's kind of irrelevant, and the Shekels is still here. What I'm probably going to do is dispel that in your magic phase, or in your hero phase with my Rune Lord, and then so I can recast it again next turn. Smart. And hopefully not get the double against me. So, smart. We're going to go into the shooting phase. These guys are going to pepper something, it doesn't really matter. Probably Catacross, because why not? These guys are going to shoot the Mortek Guard and try and remove them. Yeah. They're all within 16 inches, so I'm going to be getting the full 60 shots there. And they're on +1 to wound, they're on +1 to hit because of the Hurricane, and they're -1 hit because of the Bonereapers thing. So I'm going to give them +1 to hit with all-out attack as well, so they're going to be on 2s.
I'll go all-out defense. Oh no, wait, I can't. No.
2s to hit, reroll 1s. Oh no, sorry, 2s to hit and then 2s to wound, reroll 1s. They're only -1 rend because this dickhead hurt himself and didn't give them an extra -1.
Only a 4-up save.
So only a 4-up save. So to kill 20 of them, I need to get 40 wounds through, which hopefully should happen on 2s and 2s. On averages. And the Hurricane can't shoot because it ran. So we'll come back and see if those Mortek are still alive. Oh, and I went Savage Spearhead, so I'm going to get that. So, 1-2. So we'll come back at the end of the shooting phase. Yep, so the Iron Drake's got him. 2s and 2s, reroll 1s. Only rend 1, so if they were rend 2, you definitely would have easily lost the entire unit. Yeah. But yeah, as we are at the moment, we've got rid of that. Unfortunately, he couldn't get within range 6 inches of the objective, so I don't actually cap that objective. And now we're going to go to the charge phase, so obviously they're not going to be able to charge anything, but these guys might be able to. Right. So we're going to do that on camera, because this is a pretty clutch... It's a pretty clutch roll. So 9, 9, that's a 3. So reroll that with their free battalion reroll, which is the Vanguard Battalion. And that is 6. These dice really like to roll 1s, so I don't get it. So that's pretty important, because then these guys need like a 5-inch charge to get into the Iron Drakes, which will be huge. But it is what it is. We'll come back. So at the end of the turn I get 1, 2, and I've got 2 units in your half the board, so I go 3, 4. So I go to 6 at the end of this turn.
Yes.
And we'll come back with OBR turn 2. Okay. Alright, hero phase turn 2, OBR. So, you went with, for your battle tactic?
I went with Monstrous Takeover.
Pew! So he wants to take that one. Well, I mean, he needs to take any, but he's going to take that one with Archon. Archon then cast 3 spells. He did Curse of Years, which was dispelled. He then did Drain Vitality on the Iron Drakes, and he did a Mystical Shield on Xantos. And then over here, he did his command thing, obviously.
Yep.
And that's about it.
Yes, I did 1 mortal wound.
Oh, and you did 1 mortal wound to the Iron Drakes, which I took off the guy that was closest to these ones, so he's probably going to have to do a 6-inch charge now, which is sad times. So we'll come back at the end of the movement phase.
Yeah, I mean, I don't get to re-roll it.
You don't get to re-roll it, because you don't have that triumph.
Yeah.
If you took that triumph, you'd get to re-roll it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh.
I would. But...
Alright, we'll be back. End of OBR movement phase. These guys are moved up here. These guys are dead. They're meant to be within an inch of each other, like in that zigzag. Well, we can check it afterwards.
No, it's fine. It is. You have done it right. I'm just...
Yeah.
These guys really wanted you to screw up in the catapult.
Yeah. These guys moved their 7. So he moved 4. The catapult moved up. These guys moved their 7. I redeployed based on that. I rolled a 5, so everything kind of pushed back. which means that he needs a 12 and these guys need a 10, which goes to a 9 because they're +1 to charge. And that's where we're at the moment, even though they've got a lot of stuff on them. That's yours. They're not -1 to hit anymore. Yeah. Or are they? Oh, did you put it on them? It's alright, they're not shooting this turn. Take it back. So that's the key thing that happened this turn, the redeploy on the Iron Drakes. They're still wholly within 6. Every guy's within 2 inches of another one. He can't snipe anyone out to... Oh, sorry, they're within 3 inches. Within an inch of 3 others. So they can't be basically sniped out. So, by this thing. So we'll come back at the end of the shooting phase when he has done some shooting. Oh, where'd the handgunners go? Bang, dead. So hit with 2, wounded with 2. I failed my 2 6-up saves. They're dead. That's all that really matters.
Pretty much it.
So we're going to go for charges. Do you want to do the easy one first or the difficult one?
Go for the easy one.
Easy one first. So you're going to need like a 3.
No, I'm lying. It's always the hard one.
Hard one first. All right. Need a 9. That is definitely not a 9.
Definitely should have.
No, because they would have been. Oh, did they get +1 to charge?
Yeah,
they would have been in anyway.
Yeah.
Do you want to do them?
Yeah.
So this is the horsies going into the Shadow Warriors. They get a lot, so they're in. That's fine. They're 12.
Yeah. So 13 for them.
Yep.
And then Xantos.
Yep. So Xantos going into the Arcanum. He's 6, so he's in.
And then Arcan's getting
10. Cool. So we'll come back when these guys are moved and when we finish the charge phase. All right. End of the turn.
Yeah.
Shadow Warriors are dead.
Yeah.
So what happened over here is both Arcan and Xantos charged into the Lord Arcanum on Griff Charger. He basically said, fuck you guys, and dropped his 3 Spirit Flasks, killing himself because you stomped him and you did 2 mortal wounds with Xantos on the charge.
Yep.
And so he had 2 left and he broke all 3 Spirit Flasks because why not? He can't save himself with his special ability, so that's sad. Very sad. I'm sure you're very sad about it. Yeah, but then Xantos can pile in 6. So the reason that I did the 3 flasks was because I had 2 wounds left. I didn't have any command points to do anything with. All that would have happened is that Arcan would have gone first, killed the Lord Arcanum, and then, like, I'm pretty confidently he would just kill the Lord Arcanum. And then he piles in here anyway. So I just went, I'll just do 3 mortal wounds to both of them. So he's actually taken 5 mortal wounds now, because I did 3 with the Spirit Flasks, and then...
Your Warding Brand?
Warding Brand did 2, but you saved one of them, because you killed 6 guys and I rolled 2 4-ups.
Yeah.
And then the Hurricanum had an Arcane Bolt, which he let off to do 1 more.
Yep.
So, we've got to do a Battle Shock on the Iron Drakes.
So your Shadow Warriors have disappeared?
Yeah, they're dead. We went over that, they're dead.
Oh, did we? I don't know. I wasn't here for that.
I don't know. So, we need to do a Battle Shock for them. So they...
7.
Yes, they've taken 7. They're -1 because the bridge... Oh, does the bridge still do -1 bravery? I'll double check. I'll roll this and see what happens.
Because then you're
so
-2 if that's okay.
Exactly. So, their bravery 8.
Yeah.
7 for being a dwarf. Or maybe they might be 6. We'll come back. I think... Let's just assume that they're 6. +1 to the banner goes to 7. I lost 7, so I'd lose 2 more. If the Soulscreen Bridge is still -1 bravery, we'll come back and it'll be 3 that are gone. So that'll be it for that turn. So it's either 2 or 3 depending on the bridge.
Yep.
So now we need to do... You score.
I score 4.
What was your battle tactic again? Monstrous Takeover.
Monstrous Takeover.
So he's got that. So we go another 4. So now it's OBR sitting on 8. And me sitting on 6. Going into battle round 3, we're going to do priority.
It doesn't
6. I'm going to take that, obviously.
Oh, you may?
Yep. And we will come back at the end of my turn 3 hero phase.
Yep. Magic.
Hey, look, where even are my shackles? They're still there. I did cast them on a 12, but then Arcan rolled a 6 and dispelled them on a 14 because they were going to go right here and they were going to really fuck with Scott's plans.
Yeah.
They're not doing that anymore.
No.
That's really annoying. So what I've got Monstrous take it down, bring it down on Arcan. So he healed 3 in his
He did.
His magic phase, which is annoying. And I'm not in range to get the -1 rend off. However, I think the volume of shots should be enough to kill him. Just, I think. And if not, I'm going to try and follow up with the Sequitors as well. So the gross majority of them should be within range.
Yeah, I think you're going to have
1 or 2 out.
2 out.
Yeah, cool. So that's 10 that'll be out. So like 40 shots should kill him. What's he on, a 3-up?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. So, again, I need to put... Yeah, anyway. We'll come back to that. Yeah, really frustrating. So then I tried to cast D3 Mortals on Xantos, who obviously died, but he didn't die to that one because you again rolled a double... No, you rolled an 11 on that one and dispelled it.
You rolled an 11, I rolled an 11.
Yeah, and then the third one was finally the Comet of Cassadora that killed him. Then over here, nothing much happened over here. I cast the cogs to give extra. They're just within range to get the 6s. So he went warding Ignite Weapons and warding Brand on these guys, because why not, basically.
Yeah.
He tried to do a parry again and rolled another one, so that's 3 turns in a row that he's rolled a 1 and wounded himself, which is good.
He's doing great.
Oh, I can see wound him, actually. Yeah, let's do that. What's that?
5?
It's probably a 6. So yeah, well, that's where we're at currently. These guys have all the buffs on them, these guys have no buffs on them. And then
then neg 1 rerolling 6s.
Then neg 1 to hit reroll 6s because they have Drain Vitality on them still.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're just gonna play around. So we'll come back and we'll see what they do this turn, basically.
Yeah.
Lots of movement. So the Sequitors obviously have teleported over here to stay on this objective because these guys were very obviously coming for it. The Mages and those guys have run over there. These guys are auto 6 random. They finished within an inch of deadly terrain, and I rolled a 1, and then 3 of them died. So I'm really happy about that. Yeah, I'm sure you're happy about that. But they've got all the buffs on them, so hopefully they don't die. Hurricane moved up to there. He's going to ping Archon and then hopefully get the charge onto the objective if he's still alive, which he hopefully won't be. But if I need to finish him off, he can have a red hot go of it. And then these guys are going to shoot Archon. So that's where it stands at before the shooting phase. Turn 3 for cities, and we'll come back at the end of the shooting phase. Alright, end of the shooting phase. So obviously Archon's dead. The guy with the Grudge Raker Torpedo did 10 out of his remaining 11 wounds. So yep, and then the Hurricanum shot Cat across. Only did 4 mortal wounds, which is annoying because I wanted more than that, but that's fine. And that's where we stand at the moment. So I need a bravery battle shock test for these guys.
Yeah, so -3.
If they're not wholly within 18, which they are not. So minus what?
-3.
Why are they minus 3? Oh yeah, I lost 3.
Lost 3, you're at +1,
Plus 1. So I'm 8.
They're 8, not?
They're 7 with a banner.
Yeah, -1 because you're near me.
So they go to 7 with a banner, and I lost 3, so on a 5 up someone runs, so they're fine.
You're good.
Cool. So we'll come back with OBR. I obviously don't get that one, but you keep it. But I get my battle tactic and I get my 2 objectives, so I go to 10. Yeah, and that's it.
That is it.
I got a 10, so we'll come back with at the end of OBR Hero Phase turn 3. Quick Hero Phase because Archon's dead.
I forgot to do the...
Yeah, what do you want to do with that? So, Cat across did -1 to hit on the what are they called? Eindrakes.
Yeah.
And then you now have that to do. Oh, pop this bob. Yeah, that's a given. I don't think we need to tell people that he did that. They should have just put it on his war scroll and just not bothered.
Yeah. I think I will try and do a mortal wound to these guys, considering I'm trying to kill them.
Yep.
And I do.
Cool. So I'll take a mortal wound, so I'll take one of them off. And that is going to be it for the hero phase. So we'll come back at the end of the movement phase, where these guys are obviously going to go a great distance, and then these guys are probably going to charge there. Oh, and you went broken ranks on these guys here. Yeah. So try to kill them.
Try and kill them.
They've got all the buffs on them, but we'll see how they go.
Catapults.
Catapults are a thing. So the catapults shot at the Longbeards, and he hit with 4, wounded with 4. I'll just get rid of all these buff tokens that were on them. Yeah, no, that's on him. These are all gone though. So I don't get reroll once to wound anymore. I don't get ignite weapons or warding brand. So yeah, the Longbeards are dead. Now you're going to do some charges, I presume.
Yeah.
So these guys.
Oh, it's out.
These guys are going to try and charge here. Where do you want to go first? Do you want to charge that first?
I don't know if that's actually a smart play. Because you're just going to...
I am going to stand and shoot there. Yep.
So I'd rather not, if that's alright.
Okay, so just these guys?
Yeah, they're not really going to do anything else.
Nah.
They're in. On a 10.
On a 10, they are definitely in. So we're going to go here. These guys are going to all out defense, and they're going to choose their 5-up ward as their thingy. Do I get any charge phase stuff? Probably not.
Right. Make sure they are holding within 12 of Fat Boy, which should be easy enough.
Okay, so we'll come back at the end of the combat phase and see what happened here. So these guys charged in, didn't do any mortals. I did all out defense and went shields up. So one guy died. So you did 2 wounds to me, I did 2 wounds to you. I still obviously retain control of this objective.
You do.
Oh, you need to roll a dice to take mortals as well for deadly. Cool. And that's going to be it. So the end of this turn, you're going to score 1, 2, and you will get destroy battle line for 3, 4.
Yeah.
So you go to 12.
Indeed.
Which is super annoying, because I'm not in a great position over here.
Now the objective moves into the middle.
The objectives move into the middle, and we roll priority. I get a 1.
Please, for the love of God. Yes.
Alright, so that's going to be a double back. We will come back at the end of OBR turn 4. Super short hero phase. Catacross went, he did Gnosis Scrollbearer there, and then he tried to ping 1 and roll the 1, and that's basically it. I got an extra command point on the Hurricanum. You went their Finest Hour on Catacross, which is not a bad option because he's probably going to try and fight some shit. And
Way of putting it.
yeah, he'll probably try to fight some shit. That sounds like something a Catacross would do. And I was considering rallying. I've got, so you did steal my command point.
I did.
So I've only got 2, and he's got a free one. I was considering whether or not I should rally, and I've only lost 9 Iron Drakes. So I think I'm going to wait until my turn to rally. If these guys don't get into combat with me, because I need to get these guys all out defense, and I need to do some other stuff. So I'm saving it basically. We'll see if that's a mistake, but we'll come back at the end of the movement phase. All right, so as you can see, the horses have retreated out to kind of guard the center objective. Catacross has moved up behind them. The Mortek Guard moved up, but I redeployed the Iron Drakes back, and the catapults moved up. So basically the things that are in my half are these guys and Catacross. So that's going to be the Savage Spearhead battle tactic achieved. And then that's where we stand, really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shooting.
So, Catapult, what's he going to shoot?
He is going to shoot at your...
It's literally 4 shots. We'll come back at the end of the shooting phase.
No.
Wizard died. It's very sad. Everyone's very sad.
Even I'm sad.
You are very sad. So that's the shooting. What's charging?
These are charging.
Mortek Guard. They need not much to get into the... well, that'll do it.
7 will do it.
7 will do it. He's going to stand and shoot.
Yeah.
And then he's going to all out defense, so that's fine. 7 is Special K going in.
Yeah, Special K's going to try for it.
Cool. He's definitely not getting in with a 3. So, it's just going to be those guys, and into the Hurricanum, and he's going to stand and shoot, and we will come back at the end of the combat phase. Woo. Right, end of the combat phase. Sad times, the Hurricanum died. Yeah. So I've got 1 wizard left, and he's a dwarf. That seems odd. So you had...
Yeah.
Oh, Savage Spearhead, so you get that. So you get 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah.
So you go through 16. And I'm having sad times over here.
Pretty close.
It is very close. Right, so we're going to go into Cities of Sigmar turn 4 and see what we can do. Right, so what do we do this turn? The bridges are back on the board. Yay! Everyone's happy! Except for Scott.
I love them.
They're going to teleport over here. But basically what happened was you stole my command point, which is really annoying.
Some say stole, some say liberated.
I still need to do my heroic action for whatever it's worth. And I chose Conquer to take this back from you.
Yes.
He went +1 to run and to just charge now, sorry it is. So these guys are going to do their best. They've got Ignite weapons on them. No, I failed Ignite weapons on them. And that's it. So we're going to come back at the shooting phase. End of the movement phase. These guys are going to be here, and these guys are going to be here. So we'll come back at the end of the shooting phase because I really don't have a whole lot left on the table. We'll be back.
Yeah.
We have killed, what did we kill? Another 7.
Yes.
So there are that many.
No, you killed 9 of them, I think.
Did I?
Yeah, I think so.
Whatever. There's 6 of them left. That's the relevant statistic.
Absolutely.
Which is really annoying. So basically, they're on 4s because they're -1 hit because of Catacross, and I didn't have any command points because I didn't get my heroic action, and you stole 1. So, yeah, that's where we're at. So what we're going to do now is try and charge with the Sequitus. This is probably an ill-fated charge.
I believe in you.
With +1 to charge. 6, so they will go in. They won't even be close enough to the objective, so we'll come back at the end of the combat phase. I'm going to lose this game because you're currently beating me by 6, and I can't come back. So we'll be back at the end of the charge phase. Alright, so end of the combat phase, didn't do anything. Killed a single horse. You killed 5 Sequitors.
Yeah.
Yeah, with shields up.
Went nuts.
Yeah, that, yeah.
Mortis Praetorians, being able to reroll.
It is what it is.
It's great.
So that's it. I don't get the battle point. I don't get my secondary.
Nope.
My battle trait, sorry. So we're going to roll for priority for turn 5 and just see what happens. Yep, so you're going to take it.
Yeah.
You're going to want me. So we'll come back at the end. End of your turn 5.
Cool. Yeah, because Tempest went up 50 and then he dropped there.
Yeah, sure, of course.
Like, yeah, sure.
Yeah, sure. So, slay the Warlord objective. Catapult killed my dude over here because he can be seen, which makes me sad. And then Catacross moved up. They repositioned back. Do you want to charge with Catacross into them?
Nah, I don't see the point.
No point. So he goes to 20 victory points this turn.
Yeah.
I don't have any wizards left, so I'd lose my grand strategy as well. What's your grand strategy?
Battle line alive.
So I'll do some shots and see what happens, but yeah, I'm not.
You need to kill.
I need to kill both of them. I'm gonna try. We'll see what happens. We'll come back at the end of City's turn 5. All right, end of the game. I killed the Mortek Guard, so moral victory. The Sequitors got their charge in and they killed them down to the wound.
Yep.
But I don't get a battle tactic. I don't score the middle objective. I don't get anything. So the final score for this game, you get another 3 for scoring your battle tactic.
Denied yours as well.
What?
I denied yours as well.
And you denied mine because you killed all my wizards. That's what these things are really good at.
Catapult's crazy.
Catapults are good. Who knew?
Apparently.
Who knew?
No,
against 5 wound models.
I genuinely thought they weren't that good anymore, but that catapult really pulled it away.
So it's against a 5 wound model.
Yeah.
All my wizards are 5 wounds, right?
Yeah.
But except for the one that's 7 and the one that's 11. You need 1 to go through to kill.
I hope that I hit and wounded with all my rolls.
Exactly. You're on 2s and 3s. Yeah. It's good. So yeah, this will be a 23 to 10 victory to the OBR in the Vice, just because I couldn't get anything onto this middle objective.
Yeah.
Towards the end, that double from 3 to 4. Yeah. Was it 3 to 4? Yeah, it was your 3 to your 3 to 4.
Yeah, 3 and 4.
Yeah, was huge because you got onto that objective, and I couldn't get you off it basically. I think the other obviously big thing is that the first turn the Iron Drakes didn't get the bridge. Because they would have been dead a turn earlier, basically, and it would have enabled me to second turn to remove other things like Mortek Guard, but I was a turn behind because I didn't get that off. That's my fault for not positioning things correctly. Yeah. Because I couldn't get them into range because these guys are on the back of the board edge because the catapult could just kill one of them. Yeah. Instantly. Yeah. And so I was trying to protect them, and it meant that I didn't get it off. So that's something for me to reconsider for next time. Yeah. The list only has Sequitors because I don't have my Iron Breakers yet. When the Iron Breakers are back in, I have another 5 wound wizard and 30 Iron Breakers, which I think probably would have done better here. Because they're on a 3-up. Yeah. There's 30 bodies. I have a combat unit that can go into the middle. These guys, even though they got a 5-up after save, and they're fun enough, whatever. But
you bring your 30 what are they called?
Iron Breakers.
Iron Breakers, and I'll bring another 20 more Tech Guard.
Sounds great. Sounds great. I love more Tech Guard.
More Tech Guard.
Yeah, but the other key thing is that my Lord Arcanum, because I put him in the way to kill stuff, he didn't have his spell to do mortal wounds to a unit, wholly within 18, which is huge. Elemental Cyclone is what it's called, which is huge against Mortek Guard. Yeah. So yeah, OBR, I just can't beat them. It's real difficult.
Yeah, they've still got legs.
They've still got legs. It's almost like the internet's wrong. Oh, who'd have thought?
Who would have thought? And yeah, I still think Mortis Praetorians Because that reroll.
Yeah, and he's Mortis Praetorians, so and you want him in basically every list now because he went down points.
He went down points.
Yeah.
He's still as good.
Yeah.
So.
Look, I was pretty happy with the amount of stuff that I removed. Yeah. It was pretty annoying that the Shadow Warriors didn't get in there. Like, there were a few clutch things that if they went my way, it probably would have changed the outcome a little bit, but not too much.
Yeah.
But it was a good game. I think I'm going to put that artifact on the Hurricanum.
Which one?
The 5-up. Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Yeah.
That'd be really good on that.
Yeah, it just keeps him alive a little bit longer, which is important. Yeah. But yeah, thank you very much for the game, Scott.
Thank you.
And I'm sure we'll see you again on the channel.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, alright, cheers.